In this video, I'm going to show you how to add walls to your floor plan. So the first thing you're going to do is click up here on the Architecture tab, and then you're going to select Wall. Once selected, in the properties, you're going to see that the last used wall or whatever is set up in your file is going to come up first. For the outside, we want to use exterior walls. So you're going to scroll up and there's a few different options. There's brick on wood stud. So brick exterior, wood shingle exterior, wood shingle over wood siding, mean that it's partially wood siding up to a certain height and then wood shingle over top. And then there's wood siding. You can use any of these. If you want to do a stone exterior, select brick so it's the correct thickness, and you can edit the brick later on. Same with when it says wood siding. It doesn't have to be wood. You can make that change later, but you want to pick the closest thickness to the wall you actually want to have. So I'm just going to go ahead and pick brick on wood stud. One of the first things you're going to do once you've selected your wall type is go into your properties and check the constraints. So base constraint and top constraint is really important. When you are working on a one-story home like your cottage, we want our base constraint to be first floor and our top constraint to be up to level roof. So make sure that is selected before you start drawing in your walls. So I am now going to click a spot anywhere, and you don't have to do your exact measurements right now. You can just create the shape. I always suggest going left to right so that your exterior material is in the right position. If you go this way, it's going to make the wall inside out and put your exterior material on the inside of the wall. So I'm just going to go this, make my general shape of what I want the house to be. Make sure that your walls are straight. You can edit the sizes later. Okay, so now that I have my walls in place, if I click, I can see that the arrows are on the outside, which means that the exterior material is in the right spot on the exterior of the house. If you have the arrows on the inside, all you need to do is either click on the arrows or select the space key, and that will change it as well. So now once my walls are in, if I know my overall dimensions of the house, I want to put those in now. So I'm going to select the dimension tool, and hopefully you've already made these changes. But if you haven't, you're going to want to change up here at the top right where it says prefer and it says wall center lines. You're going to change that to wall faces. And you're also going to go in the settings over here on the left, select edit type, and scroll down to where on the left side you're going to see units format. And then select the value. It says 1 foot 5 and 11/32 default. And uncheck the use project settings button. Now what we're going to do is change the rounding to 1/2 an inch because they're not going to build a house to less than 1/2 an inch. And I also want you to select suppress 0 feet and hit OK. So now I'm ready to dimension. I'm going to go and do my overall width first. So I'm clicking the outside to the outside. And it's 45'5", and I know I can't be wider than 42 feet. So I'm going to click on the wall I want to move. So this is really important. You always click what is going to be adjusted. So I can either pick the right side or the left side. I'm picking the right side right now, and I'm going to click the dimension, and I'm going to put in 42 feet. And that one is set. And now I'm going to do from front to back. So I'm going to click dimension again, and I'm going to pick the outside of this wall to the outside of this wall. And I might as well just throw in all the dimensions I'm going to want to edit after. So whenever you're moving a wall, you always want to think what is okay to move. Because if I didn't want this front wall to move where it is, then I'm going to pick the back wall to adjust this length. Right now it doesn't matter, I don't have anything set. So I'm just going to pick this wall, and then I'm going to edit this to be 32 feet. I'm just making numbers up here. But you should have your plan and know what you're trying to follow. And then this is going to be my garage, so I know this needs to be 21 feet. So I'm going to move this wall because I don't want my exterior walls to move now. So I'm going to select this wall, click on the dimension, and I'm going to put in 21 feet. And then the last one is how far out I have this garage portion come out. I actually don't want it to stick out so far. But my overall is correct at 32 feet, so I'm going to click on this wall that I want to move, select the dimension, and I'm going to change that to 5 feet. And there we go, there's my exterior walls. Now I'm going to add some interior walls, so I'm going to go back to the architecture tab and select wall again. And now I'm going to change to interior walls. We're going to be using interior 4.5-inch partition for our walls here. So once I've selected that, I'm now going to make sure that my top constraint is correct. So right now it says unconnected. I want it to go underside ceiling because our first floor is 9 feet high. If I had left it unconnected, the inside walls would have been short. So now that I've done that, I'm going to start making my rooms. Okay, so I'm going to show you now how to adjust these things. The first thing I'm going to show you is how to align, because if you want this wall to line up with the inside of your garage wall here, then you're going to click on one of the walls and then select the Align tool. And it's really important here that when you click that, you again change the preferred selection spot to wall faces. We don't want it to go from the center. So now you're going to pick the wall you want to keep first. So I don't want my garage wall to move, so I'm going to select that edge first, and then I'll pick my interior wall edge, and it's going to move that wall to line up. Now I know my garage is going to be 20 feet deep, so I'm going to select dimension, and I'm going to dimension from the inside to the inside. So right now it's only 15'4". That means I need to move this wall on the inside back. So I'm going to select that wall, click the dimension, and select 20 feet. And now that is set. So you're going to go around and do this, put all your walls in, and then dimension to size. Remember that your interior dimensions are going to be smaller than what you have on your line drawing, just because now we actually have wall thicknesses. You can't change the outside because you know you have a max limit on your width, so you're gonna have to alter the inside dimensions a bit.